everybody. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Infamous Sylvia channel. All right, guys. I got a lot to cover because, guys, I'm gonna tell you stuff that you did not see. I'm not gonna rehearse the stuff that you guys already seen in the courtroom. I'm gonna tell you some stuff that happened behind the scene. Okay, this is what I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna talk to you guys about some stuff that happened in the courtroom that you guys did not get a chance to see. You know, like the little spat between that district attorney guy and the deputy, that kind of stuff. And when Kayla was sitting behind me and Mr. Eric Johnson, when he came in, the drama between that and the drama in the hallway, that's what I'm going to talk to you guys about, okay? We're going to talk to you guys about stuff like that. And also, I do have some clippings of from my camera of Jeffrey. Y'all, he's losing weight. Jeffrey is definitely losing weight. He looks pretty good, pretty nifty. He looks really good. Okay. And then I'm going to talk to you guys about what I talked to some folks in regarding to this whole disqualification of the prosecution team. Okay. So really, Kayla gave the judge a way out. So from what we see now, Judge Glanville didn't have anything to do with it. That part. Anyway, that part. Judge Glanville didn't have anything to do with it. They gave him a way out, y'all, because they said he got up. They said to tell the judge, let's close your ears and all this kind of stuff, right? Did they not? So now about the ladies, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. All right, guys, thank you. Come on and hit the like button. But guys, okay, we're going to talk about the stuff that folks don't know about. Okay, we're going to talk about the stuff that happened on the inside. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put some stuff up, but I'm going to tell you how the day began. I'm going to tell you how the day began. And you guys know when I was live, when I entered the building, I entered with who? Melnick. Remember I was telling you guys, Melnick is right here. He's coming in, and I asked him, was he ready? He said yes, he was ready to go on inside. So you guys know, we got inside, and lo and behold, you know, this judge, she is one of those type of people, very punctual. You cannot play with her. You come on time, because all that spoiling that we got when Judge Glanville was there is not that way anymore. Judge Whitaker do not play with time. She's a stickler for time. When she say 5 minutes, she's there. Most of the time she's on the bench before we even get started. We're rushing up inside the courtroom and trying to get our seats and stuff like that, trying to put my camera up and all that. She's already there. She's already there. Even when coming back from lunch, she's in there. She's stickler for time. Okay? She's a stickler for time. She is no joke. But I got in. Melnick went to the other side of the hallway where the defense attorneys were, right? Came in, and stealing all the guys was already in there, and Jeffrey had on his nice sweat outfit with his green Ugg slippers, and he has a shirt that had the name Jeffrey on it. You guys saw that, right? He had Jeffrey on it. And we sat down. The judge asked for Melnick, you know, Melnick. And you guys know that part about it, right? This is when the attorney, Eric Johnson, comes in. You guys know who Eric Johnson is, right? Eric Johnson is the attorney for Christopher Eppinger, the young guy that shot up the police, and the one who in the beginning had carjacked that lady. Remember, she testified. about the young man, and then she didn't want them to press charges on her, so she let him. She let him off, you know, because she didn't want to ruin the young man's life. But then he turned around and did all this other stuff, right? So, oh, thank you, Aaron. Sorry about that. Thank you, Aaron, for the super chat. I appreciate you, darling. Yes, please, guys, hit the like button. All right, now, so, at the time Mr. Eric Johnson came in, a few minutes later, Kayla came in. This is when I typed to you guys that Kayla was inside the courtroom. She came in. She had a little pink and beige outfit on, and Mr. Johnson, you know, because hey, Mr. Johnson, he finally realized who Infamous Sylvia was, because he seen my channel. He said he quoted some stuff from my channel, but he never made a connection with the person inside the court and the person now. So now he know who I am. So hey, Mr. Johnson. Hey, Mr. Johnson. Okay, so then there was, you know, because now they're very, very strict on who goes on the other side now. The other attorneys cannot go and say hello to none of the attorneys anymore. So when he got up to go talk to Mr. Weinstein, the deputies, hold on a second, hold on. Hey, I'm live now. Do you have any peanut butter? Yeah, I have some. Okay. You gonna bring the food for tomorrow? How is it gonna bring it? Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, sorry about that. So they were having a fit about him coming over to the other side. So they're very, very strict now, right? So when Mr. Weinstein went out, he and I said, well, Weinstein's gone out right now, so he went out there and they talked and everything. So Melnick was still outside in the hallway. Finally, Melnick came in and he sat down, and you know, this is when he came up and he gave his spiel of what happened, and then they started doing the cross-examination, examining him, asking questions, all that. You guys know all that. Yeah, I know all that happened, right? But what happened behind the scene is, oh, okay, hold on. Okay, sorry about that. So, as AJC sent me a message. So, after, you know, they did all this, all that cross-examination, examination, and all that kind of stuff. Let me go ahead and pull up my my stuff for you guys. Hold on. Well, before we get that, you know, the district attorney that came up there, Adam, his first name is Adam, and I can't remember his last name. The zesty guy. I'm just going to say the zesty guy. Well, I don't believe Judge Whitaker will rule on a mistrial, but we sure get closer after today that we were on Friday. You know what, Nick? I'm going to agree with you. And I'm going to explain to you guys why I agree with Nick. And I may have to pay that guy his money regarding that mistrial. Because I'm going to explain to you guys why. I'm going to tell you guys exactly why. Okay. Yeah. Abud, I don't know. Abate, whatever his name is. I'm just going to call him Adam. So Deputy Ingram went up there to swear him in. And basically, he was telling him that he's an officer of the court, that he doesn't need to be sworn in. Right? Did y'all hear him? Did you guys hear him? I'm not gonna even try to enunciate this name. I don't care, but I'm just gonna call him Adam. So he was giving Ingram a hard time when Ingram tried to swear him in. So Ingram waited till he got off the stand, right? And went over, like when he was walking out the door, he went to between the two doors. He said, let me tell you something. You are rude and disrespectful. Don't you ever do that to me again. He told him, don't you ever do that to me again. Because he was being so like nasty to him, right? So Ingram left, right? And so he came back inside the courtroom. Then a few minutes later, one of the deputies told him to come, told Ingram to come back outside in between the two doors, because that guy, Adam, had something to say to him, right? So then Ingram says, oh, I have nothing to say to him. I don't need to talk to him, right? So then the young lady said, hey, he wants to apologize to you because of the way he acted. He says, no, I don't need to talk to him. So he finally went out there, and I guess they straightened it out. And then he came back in, and Ingram came back. It was like, I don't play that type of thing with people. And he disrespected him, right? He really disrespected him because all he was doing was trying to swear him in. So then when the next person came up, right? And so that's why he asked the judge, do you want me to swear him in? To swear the next person in, because he didn't want to go through all that craziness, right? So then that guy didn't mind, the officer, the attorney, he didn't mind. So he got sworn in and everything. And so that was no big deal. But what happened, guys, when I'm gonna let you guys see the guys when Kayla was up there testifying. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me just bring it in. Oh, I do have something to say to you guys. The person told me to tell y'all, the one who told me about, that T.I. was not arrested. He told me to tell y'all because, I called back to him and it's like, hey, I was like, somebody said that T.I. was arrested, and he said, let me tell him that they worry about the wrong thing. Oh, all y'all who tried to send me messages about that, he said y'all worry about the wrong thing. Mistaken identity is not arrest. So you guys are worried about the wrong thing. He was not arrested because by the time I got to him, T.I. was already out. So you guys are worried about the wrong thing. That's what he told me to tell y'all, because somebody sent me a message saying that I was wrong. But he's like, y'all worried about the wrong thing. T.I. was not. In fact, it wasn't even for him. They made a mistake. So y'all worry about the wrong thing. That's what he told me to tell y'all. Okay. He told me to tell y'all that. Okay. He said, Libra 1010. That's for you. That message was for you. He told me to tell you, you worry about the wrong thing. Because he said, y'all just want to start some stuff. So y'all worry about the wrong thing. Okay? That's what he said. He said so much important things right now going on, especially with this case. He said, y'all worry about the wrong thing, especially something with a mistaken identity. It wasn't even T.I. situation. Because I surely called him after you guys were sending me messages left and right saying you were wrong. Your people that I called them up and said, hey, these people said that he said, y'all worry about the wrong. He said, by the time you called me this morning, Sylvia, T.I. was already out of jail. All right. He wasn't even in the holding cell or anything like that. He said, y'all worry about the wrong thing. That's what he told me. Oh, that was his folks that told me that to tell you. All right, so let me get back on it. You know, T.I. will give you a whole bunch of syllables in there too. All those syllables will be in there. But anyway, let me go ahead and pull up my my thing. All right, here we go. This is when Kayla is up there and they're asking her questions, and this is what the reaction from the this defense side. Okay, I gotta put my my trusty stuff up here. Hold on a second. I gotta put my you know what that thing is. I gotta put my logo and stuff on here. Hold on a second. Let me put that on there. Let me put it up for you guys. All right. Because I got to do this, y'all, because folks be trying to take my stuff. All right, here we go.
Ms. Hilton says, let's get back on the record. Yeah. So you don't say, I want to get this on the record. No, I just do my best to get it on the record. I see what you mean. You're doing, you say, you don't mean, I'm really trying to get this on record. You mean, Ms. Hilton says, let's get back on the record. And then you try to, like, give a rendition of what occurred. Yes. Okay. And that is reflected where? On page 48. On page 48. Well, between 47 and 48. Okay. All right. And does page 47 and 48 reflect the off-the-record conversation that allegedly occurred between you, Ms. Hilton, and Mr. Franklin? There's a part where I said he can go to jail for anything but what. Okay.
So y'all can't hear the sound?
Okay, page 51 specifically.
Thank you, Libra. Libra, there she goes. Libra says, sound is always messed up. This, she said, is for visual, and remember the words from the live earlier. This is for visual only. This is for the other side.
At that point, between,
okay,
you know,
yeah, I don't understand why you're always
y'all are back. Nobody's like declining to take down what you're
we
saying.
Don't have to put the sound on. I could
so
go put mute.
Anytime during that point in time, did you say, let the record reflect that Ms. Hilton, Mr. Copeland, and I had an off-the-record conversation, and I'd like to put on the record what was said during that conversation? Okay. And also on page 51, I said, I think, are you saying you want to get up there for his name and say something? And then it's no response.
Y'all, they were looking pissed when she was up there, y'all. They were looking. Let me turn it down. Let me turn it down so you guys can see. They were looking pissed.
Whatever was said during
the family was kind of pissed. They were upset during this time when they was hearing the testimonies. Oh, they were livid.
All right. So
you got it. Look at Jeffrey's face.
You discussed that you
look at his face.
Said, and by the way, this also happened that you didn't say. You no. anybody during the alleged off-the-record conversation.
Why?
Making
I don't know. I don't know why. Look at their face. I mean, come on, look at all their faces now.
You weren't stopped from saying anything during that part. So what is it?
Look at all of their faces, y'all.
Well, I guess the only thing that I should have said that I didn't say is that Simone said that she would not prosecute or move forward with any type of perjury if he said anything except for the underlying documents.
Okay. All right, so when is it that you actually reviewed and read this transcript?
You see he's shaking his head, y'all?
I really don't know. Maybe around the time that I had retained my which I cannot tell you the exact date.
Sometime late June.
Somewhere after 6.
Okay. And we all in this room know this to be the case, but you are an attorney licensed in bar practice in Georgia. Okay. And as such.
No, the lawyers doesn't pick their closeout. The family pick their closeout.
Is there any point in time after you read this transcript and thought to yourself, wow, that really doesn't include everything, that you brought it to this court's attention that the transcript was incomplete?
Well, there really was no court attention to me. But all that happened, it's been on research.
So you've been in court and we've been in session for the last week or two, right? Okay. So I was presiding at that point in time, right? Did you at any point bring to my attention that you believed as an officer of the court and a participant in this ex parte meeting that the transcript did not accurately reflect what occurred in that meeting?
Well, yeah, I would not bring it to your attention, and I honestly still would not.
Sylvia, I was over there. Hold on a second. Hold on. I was over there on the other channel. I was wondering why Sylvia was not responding. I'm sorry, Tika. I'm on this side.
All right. So what is your answer then to my question? Did you ever at any point in time bring to my attention your belief that this ex parte transcript was inaccurate?
Don't I have 2 cameras going now? I had just one camera because there was nothing happening to use a second camera because, you know, the where I was sitting at, the big camera was in the way, so I couldn't use my second camera for it. So that's the reason why I only had one camera up.
All right. So you don't actually believe it's inaccurate?
No, I just think it's missing the offer. I'm not anything. I just think that the defense did not have knowledge. Like, not that it's missing from the transcript.
Because it was officially off the record. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
And did you ever, if it in fact occurred, did you ever object to it being off the record? Okay. So at some point you brought it to the defense attorney's attention. Is that how you decided to deal with it?
I had a conversation with the defense attorney. I'm going to say I'm wrong. But we just had a conversation.
Remember, y'all, no bashing, please. No bashing. Please, no bashing.
Ms. Thompson, did you tell any member of the defense about the details of the conversation that you had with Ms. Hilton on Tuesday?
That I had with Ms. Hilton and Ms. Courtroom? Yes.
When did you tell? Did you tell them everything you remember?
Hayes says on Thug's website. Are you talking about the sweatshirt?
Was the court in recess or was the court in session?
in recess.
Between the time that the conversation between you, Ms. Hilton, and Mr. Copeland ended, and the time that you told defense attorneys all of the details you could remember about the record conversation was court in session at any point.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Was court ever in session between the time that you finished your conversation with Mr. Copeland and the time you told them what happened?
Yes.
Court was in session during that hour?
Had court resumed?
Correct. Can court, the court at any time resumed from the time that you left the meeting chambers to the time that you had a conversation with the defense? Just in that moment. Chambers, conversation with the defense.
Oh, no.
Court had not resumed.
No.
And when you, said earlier,
Because remember, we came straight down here and sat down and meeting.
and when you were speaking earlier about.
You know, Robert, the investigator did not demolish anything. In fact, he just confirmed what Kayla was saying.
Before or after Mr. Copeland came into the sure. And at that point was the court reporter taking out into the trial. And at that point, did the court give any indication, did the judge give any indication he was paying attention to whatever? Did he give any indication? Did you see any indication he was paying attention?
Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
So no, as far as you know, he gave no indication. She's
That
asking
judge
for
was
your
like on it.
observation. Answer this to that. That's what she's asking.
I would have to say no, but I was looking at it.
Do you remember Ms. Hilton when talking about the judge?
Oh, the sweatshirt? Okay, Hazel. Okay. Hazy said that it's on Jeffrey's website for the sweatshirt, those who was looking for the sweatshirt.
Page 26, line 5 of the transcript. And since it's a part of the record, read from line 2 to the end of line. I'm just asking, do you see what Ms. Hilton said, judge maximum closure?
Yeah.
Do you hear that phrase or something like that said more than once now?
Yeah, it's before I was long after, I know exactly what I'm talking about. So are you in here at this point?
So my question is, did you hear that phrase more than once?
I can't remember if it's that exact phrase, but I heard you say something to that extent, and I heard her say it.
Okay. Were you the first person, to your knowledge, that brought to defense's attention that there was in fact a meeting in Chambers?
No.
Who do you know? Do you have personal knowledge of who that person is? How then do you know that you were not the first person who brought it?
Because they asked me about me.
Did they give any commentary to you that led you to the meetings that they knew what was said in the meeting? What did they tell you?
Is it true that
Can I object to they? Defense attorneys, they talk about
Yes, abstain. Can you
Yes.
be specific?
Who specifically came up to you and asked you about the meeting in Chambers?
there were multiple attorneys that talked to me at one time?
Would you please provide the names of those multiple attorneys?
excuse me, objection, Your Honor, we're still far afield of that limited subject matter that you asked me to stick to.
Your Honor, as it pertains to Brady or whatever information, I think it's quite relevant. Who knew what and when, as it relates to what was said during the meeting?
Okay, well, I don't know if it's relevant who revealed who revealed that a meeting occurred. Ms. Bumpus has said that you, essentially, if I understand you correctly, that at some point during the day, immediately following the meeting, I'm sorry, the day of the meeting, you had a conversation with some defense attorney or defense attorneys, and we can sort out who, where you relayed to them everything you knew and everything you recalled about what went on in the meeting, including the off-the-record conversations, right?
Yes.
Okay. You can figure out who that is now.
Who was it? Name the attorneys that you referred to just a moment.
Just a moment ago, if she asked you, Judge, but not.
I mean, it's the same topic, right?
That's the question.
Which attorneys, first came up to you and asked you about the meeting?
Judge, that's a different question. You can answer the question Ms. Love asked you.
The judge was getting upset at this point.
I think Judge Magda did judicial notice of me on camera. I don't recall.
No, my own question to you is, who first came up to you and asked you about the meeting?
I don't recall everybody.
Who do you recall?
I recall Attorney Steele and Attorney Adams. And I can't remember who the other.
Do you remember how many?
How many
Lawyers were there. When Mr. Steele and Mr. Adams came up to you an hour after the meeting and asked you, how many lawyers were there? Do you recall seeing Mr. Sharp? Just throwing it in.
At some point.
So Mr. Sharp, Mr. Steele, and Mr. Adams, within an hour, is that accurate, of the meeting, came to you and talked to you about what happened in the meeting?
I'll say.
Other than Mr. Sharp, anybody else you remember? And when they spoke with you, regardless of how they got, did they share with you any details from you?
Yes.
And what details did they give to you that they already had before you started?
Objection, this is not.
Ms. James.
Last couple of questions. Ms. Bumpus, when you agreed to represent Mr. Copeland, did you, during the course of the meeting that you had in Cambridge, did you ask questions of the prosecutors or the judge about what the immunity statute meant or anything like that?
Yes, I asked a lot of questions because I didn't realize until the end of the meeting what was actually going on. That information wasn't given to me.
All right, Ms. Bumpus, you knew to show up for court that Monday because Mr. Melnick had asked you to be stand-in counsel for Mr. Copeland, right? Okay. Are you representing that Mr. Melnick simply said that and nothing else? He didn't give you any background about what you were walking into?
Well, what I'm representing is I was given specific instructions. And those instructions were, I'm standing in with him. If Mr. Copeland chooses to plead with him, which I anticipate he will do, then he won't have to do it with us. If he chooses to testify, we have agreed that he's discharged.
Okay,
And I made that very clear to everybody multiple times in the morning that that's not what I'm here to do.
okay. But you had no idea that there was an immunity order in place?
No,
Okay. All right. Does anybody from the defense side have follow-up questions for Ms. Bumpus?
I just,
Okay.
In your cross-examination, you said, quote, "She said he is not going to prosecute him for anything other than that one thing," unquote. What is that one thing?
I can't answer that. can only assume it would be the unlocking the documents, but those are the words that you chose.
When you're saying unaliving of Donovan Thomas, what are you referring to? During cross-examination, Ms. Love asked you about some alleged retaliatory acts. Were those being discussed when Mr. Copeland repeatedly said, I can claim all of this, I can take all of this? What do you mean nothing was being discussed when Mr. Copeland said, I can claim all of this, I can take all of this?
Well, he said that on his own, and that's how the conversation started.
What was the subject matter being referred to when you said, I can claim all of this, I can take all of this? Okay. I have no further questions.
Anyone else? While Mr. Steele's making his way up, just so I'm clear on this, you're saying that or are you saying that in the off-the-record conversation that you, Mr. Copeland, and Ms. Hilton had, that Ms. Hilton told Mr. Copeland that the one thing she would prosecute him for perjury for was if he got on the stand and said that he, Mr. Copeland, was the one who killed Mr. Donovan Thomas? Okay, and that she would prosecute him for perjury if he said
I don't know if she exactly said would, but she was comparing it to things that she wouldn't.
that. Okay.
So I guess more about how you possibly.
That would be the one thing that would get him in criminal perjury type trouble. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Steele.
Just wanted to timing of sequencing you were asked about. When you left Judge Blanchard's chambers, after the time out there, after Mr. Copeland was removed from the chambers, etc., where did you go?
I can't say it right here, but
At that point, have you spoken with anybody to alert anyone that there was an ex parte meeting?
no,
Where did the next time you saw Mr. Copeland was when you left the ex parte meeting?
it's something,
That's the time in New York City.
yes,
Did the jury come in?
yes,
Did Mr. Copeland testify?
yes.
Any time during that moment when Mr. Copeland was testifying in front of the jury, did you tell anybody about this ex parte meeting?
No. No,
You remember there being a break at any point for lunch?
yes,
Is that the first time?
yes,
Shane asked Sylvia, have Steele or defense team did any research on the state's next witness, Zachary, and said yes. Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
After the lunch break, do you remember when I raised the plan?
yes,
Did I do a record break into this book?
yes,
First time I worked with you?
yes.
All right, and Mr. Sharp coming up, and speaking of a lunch break, we're way past the time for ours, so let's plan to do lunch right after we wrap up this witness.
Ms. Bumpers, were you in the courtroom when Mr. Copeland was called to testify to the ex parte meeting? Were you present in the court?
Yes.
Okay, did you hear the Judge Blanville, did you hear him tell anyone from the defense that an ex parte meeting had occurred?
No.
Did you hear anyone from the state tell the defense on record that an ex parte meeting had occurred?
No.
Was there any discussion about the substance of said meeting? No. Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, thank you, Ms. Douglas, you are excused. Let's take our lunch break. Let's come back, it's 20 till 1 right now. Let's come back to Just for my knowledge, does anybody on the defense team have any other witnesses as to this issue? State, don't have anybody?
All right, I want to tell y'all something today. Today was a little bit, it was funny. Because I tend not to look over there to the guys. Tend not to look over there because the deputies always act funny when you try to speak to them, right? And so I always try to just like stare in the other spot. And today they were trying to get my attention to speak to them, right? And Yak was like, and then Jeffrey was like, Shannon always slips and speak to me all the time. But I try not to look their way at all because they be acting so funny. I'm talking about the deputies. They be acting so weird. So I try not to say anything to any of them. I try not to even look that way. But sometimes, because then I don't want to be rude too. I don't want to be rude. So I try not to stare over there. I just put my camera. That's why sometimes the camera is not even facing because I'm not even looking at what the object that I'm looking at. So that's why sometimes my camera is kind of weird. Go ahead. Let me go ahead and put the link in. There was something else I wanted to tell you guys about what happened in the courtroom. I mean, it was the mood in that place today was more of a waste of time. That's what I seen. A lot of people was like disinterest, and they were just like, because they wanted some fireworks. They wanted some stuff to go explosion, right? They wanted some explosion, but then when they got up there and they were hearing some testimony, they were like, this is it? This is it? This is not anything explosive, right? So and that's why I went at the end and asked some questions at the end. And one of the questions here's what I was told, right? I was told, remember I told you about the not polling the jurors, remember? They're not going to poll the jurors. And they have a good reason why they're not going to poll the jurors. Because if they poll the jurors and it comes out that there are some things that becomes like that they would be able to be taken off, they will have to start over again, y'all, and it will give the prosecution another bite at the apple. So things that they weren't able to bring in before, they probably will be able to bring it in on the new trial. And then you don't know what kind of jury you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where they're going to come from, what type of jury they're going to be. And the dismissal will be a dismissal without prejudice. That means they could bring it right back. The only dismissal they want is dismissal with prejudice. With prejudice. So that's why they're not going to poll the jury. It would be the defense if they want to poll them. Who is Jacoby? Jacoby was another attorney that was on the case. That's with the severed individuals. Jacoby. He's another attorney. Sorry, my throat's itching. They only want a dismissal if it's with prejudice. They don't want a dismissal if it's not with prejudice. Only with prejudice. So why was he in the ex parte meeting? Why? Well, who? Who? You mean Long? You asking about Long? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in here so you guys could come on up. And remember, the judge is going to call he's going to call Mr. Copeland in. The judge is going to call Kenneth Copeland in. He's going to call him in before, so she'll know where he's going to stand, whether or not he's going to plead the fifth. And remember, he is going to go back to jail if he plead the fifth again. He is going to go back to jail if he plead the fifth. Yes, he is there. Your deputy is there. My throat is itching. Lord have mercy. Why my throat itching? Sorry, y'all. Who's coming up? Are y'all coming up? His family was there today. They were there in full force. His mom was not there. A couple of attorneys came in to watch. Why was Woody in the courtroom this morning? I don't know. All I know, he was there. I don't know why. He wasn't inside the court, but he was there. He was in the hallway. Today, to me, I didn't get in. Well, some people said that today's because of the now how far the ex parte Brady violation. I'm hearing that they have to have some sort of material evidence that it could affect the case. So, that remember she said that she's going to do an evidentiary hearing. So they're going to try to figure out what was said. Does it affect the case? Will it cause a case to be some changes to the case? Why haven't the judge allowed Thug to have bail? Because she's not going to go against what the previous judge says. She's not going to go against what the previous judge. There has not been anything that has changed to cause her to make a different ruling on the bond situation. And I gave you guys an example. Of what she considered a change. Like, for example, say somebody came in and said, hey, I'm the one that unalive, I'm gonna say the word unalive nut, and I have the weapon right here. Right? And they bring the weapon in, and then the weapon match. That is a situation that changed the whole thing. That would give them a bond. Or that would totally throw the case out. Okay. that would be something that would be a change in circumstances. It would also get him off. All right. Bianca says, do you remember when the judge asked Hilton if the ex parte transcript was complete? And she said yes. Other than the normal pleasantries, she lied. Well, according to Kayla, the transcript was complete because she said the parts that's not in the transcript were things that were off record. So transcript was complete according to what is being said. Demetrius, your device is not connecting. Demetrius has been trying to get in here and his device is not connecting at all. You might have to come out and come back in. Your device is not connecting. So, the other thing is the I strongly believe they are aligning for mistrial dismissal. They're just putting everything on record. So either side appeal. If either side appeal. Should have been on record, period. What, Denitra? Them kids, what kids? Okay. Hello, Aaron. What's going on? Aaron? Aaron. Can you hear me, Aaron? All right, something going on with your system? All right, I'm going to boot you off and come back again because you're not saying anything. Come back. Okay, we're having problems today. People not getting in. Something's going on. She's on vacation, remember? She's on vacation. She's on vacation. They weren't there today because there's nothing going on in the trial. They don't come in there for motions and stuff like that. They don't come in for motion. C. Melson says we need to pray tonight. Judge need to do the right thing for these men. It's an injustice like I've been never seen. Yes. Hey, Dennis. Dennis says I pray for mistrial. Judge need to shut this down. At this point, forget mistrial. Let's get the thing rolling. I don't believe a mistrial is happening at all. That's what Melanie Way says. All right. Tanya said, Tanya, D, Kayla, and Sylvia are friends, and she doesn't want to entertain negativity. Her friend on YouTube channel, Sylvia, spoke on the issue a few days ago. Yeah, I don't like that negativity. Yeah, I remember I spoke on that, guys. Remember I said that? Y'all can have an opinion, disagree, and all that, but all that name calling and being nasty, that can't go. I mean, y'all could disagree and dislike how she handled herself on the stand. That's fine. I have no problem with that. But when y'all start calling her all kinds of crazy names and stuff, no, we're not doing that. But as far as you disagreeing and not liking how she did understand, that's your opinion. You're cool with that. But just the name calling and all that, that's the only thing I don't like. Okay. Oh, can we agree on that? Y'all could dislike how she handled it and all that. Yeah, that's just your prerogative. It's just the nasty name calling. That's it. Okay. Aaron says, Sylvia, do you think the judge was dropping hit of steel that his motion to disqualify have been better supported by prosecutional misconduct. Yeah, but also she said she was looking at that the prosecutional misconduct stuff. That's why she let Love bring those individuals in to testify. So she is looking at that because Weinstein has it in his motion. Why she hasn't granted a bond to? I'm glad they didn't, because the 3 people shooting happened on Cleveland. They would have definitely tried to tie him to that. Okay. Hey, there go Dee Dee. Hey, Dee Dee.
Hi, Miss Sylvia. How are you?
I'm good, hon. How you doing? You're not
Good.
riding today, huh?
Oh no, I'm driving now. I
Oh,
left
you
North
driving?
Carolina,
Okay.
heading to Mississippi. I have a question for you. Well, first of all, let me say this. I think that this judge is very thorough. I don't think there's even a chance of her calling mistrial due to prosecutorial misconduct until Hilton returns, because I don't see this judge making a call without all sides of the story. And until she can get Hilton on record, the record's not going to be complete. That's just how I see this judge operating. I don't think that the jury's going to come back this week
She
because,
already said she probably not gonna bring him back. She said it
but
because
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
no,
Miss
no,
Sylvia.
no. I would say because Friday she said she got something to do, and so they were supposed to come back Wednesday, but they're not even near to get there Wednesday because they got to do something tomorrow. They have to do the evidentiary hearing tomorrow, and then they're gonna have to call Mr. Copeland to see what he's going to say, whether or not he's going to testify, and if he's not, he's going to go back into contempt, and then they're going to have to find somebody else for them to put in place instead of him.
Right. And I have no formal reason for thinking this, but I think that the judge realizes that the prosecution has done some really messed up stuff. And again, I think that she definitely won't really call a mistrial until she can complete the record, which she cannot do until Hilton returns. I don't think they're coming back because if they wait till Monday, they can put Hilton right back on Woody and continue her punishment. So I don't think anybody will come back before Monday.
So you mean tell me next couple of days is going to be a waste of time of her doing nothing? Is what you're saying?
No, it sounds like they still have plenty that they need to do. Like she was taught, they never really had the clarification on 2 more jail calls. Somebody was like, I think they finished at the end of the day and the judge wasn't sure. And so I don't know what that is. And let's just be honest. Love is going to just BS all day tomorrow. She getting these people in there, it's going to be just an absolute waste.
Aren't they
And
finished with those people that because that lady's not coming tomorrow because they figured out it was a waste?
I think it should just be, I don't think there's any other pieces of the puzzle, far as that's concerned, that need to be filled except for Hilton. And here's my thing. If the judge was willing to take that, I'm going to say the P lady, I don't remember what her name was. If she was willing to take her over Zoom, I think that they should call Hilton and take hers over Zoom so that we can get this thing completed and she can make a ruling. Because I really don't think she's going to make a ruling until.
Listen to this, y'all. If she put Hilton on the stand as a witness, she's automatically going to be taken off.
I mean, you
You can't put him on a witness as a witness. They automatically get taken off.
So the judge said, and please correct me if I'm wrong. At the end of the day yesterday, a statement was made, and the judge said, if I question you about it, that does not mean I'm taking you off the case. You don't think that would stand for
if she is put on a witness stand, because remember one of the things that Steele wanted to put both of them on a witness stand. And if they put them on a witness stand, you cannot be, because remember the case with what's that guy? You know the one.
Isn't it different to have them on the stand for a hearing versus actually in court in front of the jury? I think that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, but once she gets on, they get on as witnesses. They cannot be prosecuted. It's going to be taken off.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because for some reason I
But
misunderstood.
when she was talking about that, she wasn't talking about them going on the stand as a witness.
Well, questioning, I guess. I guess I'm kind of putting those two together. When she said, "If I question you about it, that doesn't mean I'm taking you off the case." Okay, I could have misunderstood.
About okay, for example, like okay, she questioned Love about how she was going to ask the question. Remember? Now, if Love got on the witness stand, she's considered a witness. Can't be a witness and also what's the name?
Okay, because I was just assuming that if it was a hearing, it's a little bit different than if it's in front of the jury. And like I said, I mean, I've worked around lawyers, but I'm not a lawyer, so I mean, I could just be misunderstanding. I'm totally willing to admit that. But yeah, I just said my main problem right now is if she was willing to get that P word lady on a Zoom to hear what she had to say, I don't understand why they can't do the same thing for Hilton. I don't know how they are slamming Melnick for his vacation when Hilton's taking a whole daggone week while she in the middle of doing a witness. You know, like it's just so hypocritical all the way. Like it's just crazy. I don't know. I mean, Love just looked like she's just grasping at anything right now. And the people that she's putting up there, and I could be wrong, seem like they're hurting her more than helping her anyway. Even when she put the one guy Long up there, he twisted himself up so bad because first they asked, was Donovan Thomas mentioned at all? No. But then he goes back and says yes. Like he got caught in so many things. The only thing I wish out of this at this point is number one, that she would go ahead and get Hilton on a conference call, on a Zoom or something, and go ahead and take her testimony so she can have a complete record and make her decision.
Not going to have a testimony. Hilton is not going to get to testify. And if she testifies, that means she's being taken off.
Do you really think she need to be kept on? I don't even think Love wanted. You hear how bad Love was throwing her under the bus? I don't even think Love. Let's just say that she don't, right? And Hilton comes back Monday after hearing how she was constantly thrown under the bus by her supposed coworker. You think those are going to be good relations anyway?
They were having struggles in their relationship anyway before.
That's what I'm saying. But now now this is going to be worse because at least they were struggling right there. They were both there. But now you go on vacation and you're constantly, Love made sure that everything went on Hilton, or at least that was my view of it. Honestly, if I was Hilton, I would just go ahead and I would take this to be the first week of my 2-week resignation. I wouldn't go back in that courtroom. Because now she's not only trying to fight the defense and her witness, she's up against her own coworker too. That's crazy. I couldn't imagine working under that kind of pressure, especially when the people that's supposed to be on your team are against you too. That's crazy. That just makes no sense to me. But I do hope this thing ends. I would have a question. Like, I understand what you were saying about the defense not polling the jury, which I totally get, and I think that's very smart. But can the judge call for it?
Can you mute yourself, sir?
Say that one again.
Can you mute yourself as background noise? Thank you, sir. Go ahead, Didi. What'd you say?
Yeah, so my question is, can the judge call for a polling of the jury?
She can if she wants to.
See, that's my thing. That would be her way out. That way the trial ends and she's out of it. But at the same time,
you would have to retry it.
Because right, remember, that's what I'm saying.
It's a mistrial. It's a mistrial.
Right.
And if it's a mistrial, that way is going to be without prejudice. So they're gonna reset it, and it's gonna come right back within a couple of weeks.
Believe me, that is not what I don't think any of us want at this point. But it would be her next. I won't say easy out, and honestly, I don't think she'd take it anyway. She is definitely another thing I was noticing today. Another thought I had.
Okay,
They
can
need.
I get him in there for a minute? Because hold on a second. Let me just see what Mr. Johnson has.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Miss Sylvia. Hey.
Hey.
Congratulations on your 120K likes today.
120K.
I think it was what 1,200? Was that what it was?
Oh no.
You reached over the limits today.
Thank you.
Here's what I'm noticing about this new judge. I understand that she doesn't want anything to be said about Glanville. She's very pissed off at Love. She's very pissed off at the DA, the way that they handled it in this case. Okay, Brady violations and all the other things, but she will not. I think because she knows the general public wants a mistrial, she's not going to particularly say, well, hey, here go a mistrial. Okay? Because if she goes and she throws in a mistrial and Glanville is her upper superior, then that makes Glanville look bad. That makes the DA and them look bad, regardless on the case itself. Kayla Bumpus today, I'm not gonna lie, I felt she really threw me off today because I think she thought that she was time enough for Love, but she really wasn't. Melnick was. But she really wasn't. I agree with the other gentleman. She did. I don't recall more than Woody did. I don't know. This judge got me. I'm not going to say I don't like her, but she got me half and half right now because you got so much evidence in front of you. You stonewashing these motions. She's stonewashing the motions. I don't know why. Glanville would have just said, hey, yeah, or nay. And it is just as simple as that. And it sounds like from what you was typing earlier, Miss Sylvia, Woody's testimony, they gotta disbar that, right? They gotta throw that away and start.
Threw the whole thing away, but then still came back and said some things that he still wants in there.
Yeah, like at this point, let's move on. Mistrial or move on to the next person. But Love, I'm gonna tell you what Love is doing. Love know that everybody, even if she's watching, hate her. And she's coming for Fannie Mae's, Fannie Willis's job. Because this is how you gain the trust of the people. Okay, letting them know that guess what, you're going to be a dog and you're going to fight no matter what people think. Okay, Fannie Mae's demeanor and how she's handling things and what she says is the same way that Love is doing. I mean, it's starting to be ridiculous at this point. That's the only thing I got. Y'all be safe out there.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
You be safe
You're
too.
doing excellent.
Miss Sylvia, I gotta hop down.
All right, D.
I just
All
want to
right.
say two more things. The only two. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just last two quick things. Two things I would like to see out of defense. You see that the judge is very defensive when it comes to Glanville. Just deal with Love and Hilton. At this point, Glanville doesn't matter. Deal with those two DAs. And the other thing, I would love it if they would start placing themselves between Love and her witnesses when they're asking questions. I know, it's probably more comfortable behind the podium, but I think that line of sight need to be broken and they might stand a better chance. Thank you, Miss Sylvia, for letting me up, and y'all have a nice night.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, okay? Renee.
Hey, Miss Sylvia.
Hey, what's going on?
That was a good tip that young lady just left about getting in that line of sight. I think that would be a great strategy. It's just, I guess, would they be able to project their voice? But that would be a good strategy. With Kayla's testimony today, I thought it was the lesson I got from Kayla's testimony. If I ever find myself in that situation, take contemporaneous notes. Take contemporaneous notes. Because I get her adrenaline was rushing. You know, I get probably the stress that she was under when it was happening, and probably just still like in awe. Like, is this really happening? But I definitely was like, okay, if you're ever in this situation, and even if you're not in that situation, take contemporaneous notes of what you see, because that could be powerful.
But you know, they wouldn't let you use the note. They wouldn't let you use. Oh gosh, something's repeating back to me from your thing. But go ahead.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you, what was your opinion on this? As I'm watching this, I'm kind of feeling like perhaps the judge is a little maybe feeling sorry for Glenville, and kind of on the line of thinking that you guys played this man. You went in there and stretched the truth, and he fell for it. And it's like, I think the way she's acting, she's turning over every stone. And I feel like that's been, I think everybody can kind of see that, even with the whole indictment, how they're supposed to be doing all these drug sales and exchanging all these weapons and doing all this. Like, you beefed it up. And then when it was, time to show and prove, you couldn't. And these people believed you, or they took what you said with, they took what you said, they ran with it because it came from you. They're looking at who it's coming from, not what you're saying, I don't think. But that's what I had to say.
All right. Thank you so much, Renee. Jamila. Unmute yourself, Jamila.
Hey, Miss Sylvia.
Hey.
I agree with everyone that was just up speaking. I think that the defense need to listen to the judge, because she's not going to let them say anything, about Glenville. They need to just go after Love and Hilton and just throw them to just continue to just throw them under, throw them under the bus like they doing. Take Glenville out of it and just go after them too. And I think that they'll get that mistrial.
Hammer on what prosecutional misconduct they have done. That's what you're basically saying. They need to focus on that and not Glanville's anymore.
Yeah, don't focus. She already said it. Glenville is out of it. To me, it's like she's kind of like, telling them the route to take. Leave Glenville out of it, because every time somebody says something about Glenville, she makes sure that it is known that Glenville wasn't around whenever that Brady evidence, about the whole Donovan Thomas was being said. She's making sure that it's noted on record that Glenville was not around. They're all protecting all them judges, of course, is protected Glenville, throughout the whole thing. They just need to go after Hilton and Love. Leave Glenville out, and they're going to get what they want. They got to get refocused. Take the emotion out of it. I know that all of them is upset about the things that they were saying, but take their emotions out of it. Get back into full lawyer mode and go after them. And I know they could do it.
Okay. So I got a question for you on that one. When you said for them to focus on the prosecutional stuff, what kind of evidence do you think they need to bring? What would they need to bring to help them out? Because one of the things the judge is going to do is that evidentiary hearing. So they're going to have to bring some sort of evidence that would help. What kind of evidence you think that would help with this, with what's going on now?
I mean, I can't really say. They the lawyers. they good at what they do. I'm sure that if they all put their mind to it, they can do it.
You think if they decide to call Kenneth Copeland onto the stand?
I
Now,
think that should be. I think that he should be called to the stand also.
in
I
regard to
do,
this part with the
because
Brady,
he'll say more than what Bumpus said. You gotta remember, she's still she still got to protect herself, and she still go by that little law term. Not really trying to like say much. Because it might be client privilege or whatever. So yeah, I do think that they need to pull Woody on the stand, and he could say more than what Bumpus said.
okay. So now, if he some of the things that was said, like the Kayla said that he mentioned about the infinity. Do you think if the defense call him and ask him, did you say something about the infinity? Not whether or not it was true, but did you say something about it
Mm-hmm.
to
He
corroborate?
might say yeah. He's not trying to testify. You gotta remember, he's trying to do whatever he can to not have to testify. So the only thing getting him to testify is them putting him in jail, because they already know that. First of all, they went around Melnick and was talking to him because they already know that when it comes to him going to jail, he's going to do whatever to not have to go to jail. So that's why they handled the things the way that they handled it.
Okay, so the question again: do you think bringing Kenneth Copeland on the stand would make a big difference as an evidentiary hearing?
I do.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else in the chat? Do you agree? Put in 1 if you think it make a difference. 2, no.
I can't see the chat. What they saying?
Let's see. They haven't answered yet. 1 if you agree. No, let me put the poll up. Hold on. Let me put the poll up. Hold on. Let me put the poll up.
A lot of people saying 1. I see some people saying 2. So it's like 1s and 2s back and forth.
All right, here we go. Get my answer. The question.
And he has that immunity deal. So whatever he say,
And that
they
immunity
can't
sticks in it.
they can't prosecute him for what he say. They can't use it against him. So I totally agree with the defense when they say that they don't want it, they don't want a whole redo far as the whole immunity deal and all that, because I think they want him to be called to the stand also.
What's the statute of limitation for a gun charge for the feds?
Yeah, Love definitely want that immunity going now.
Um, 71%, 70% says yes. Let me see how many people actually voted. You guys put your vote in. 160 people, guys. Are you gonna vote? Yeah, it was 800 something. You guys in this chat. Are you guys voting?
They said what? Yes, put him on the stand, right?
Yeah. 70% said yes. 71% says yes. 180 you guys voted. Come on, yeah, let's get voting going. Why you not voting? Come on.
Yeah, he's definitely going. He can't stand Hilton or Love. And again, I think that they played, just like everybody else, somebody else said that they played, played Glanville. I had watched something, I think it was on Seti Nash channel, about Glanville a couple years ago. He granted mistrial for a case where the guy had like stabbed two people, I believe, inside of a nursing home. He allowed the defense to say that the man was had like mental illness or whatever, and he granted the mistrial. And when he did that, they wasn't able to retrial the man again from that, and people, drug him real bad. And then you gotta think about it. Why do he need that comfort dog? Like, it's a lot going on with that man.
Okay, 262 vote. It says 73% says yes. They should bring him to the stand to testify.
Okay. Yeah, he's definitely not going to be on Love or Hilton side at all. He's going to finish him. Especially if, Kayla done got up there and he didn't, he cared about Kayla. And, talked about her and, did all this stuff. He definitely going to get up there and tell the truth. Because whether it's true or not, like you said, it's still information that they were supposed to give to the defendants.
Yeah.
So they got to prove that it's true. I mean, they ain't charge him all this time. So there was no proof that he did it. But that's it, Miss Sylvia.
All right. Thank you, Jamila. Appreciate it. All right. Have a good one. All right. Anybody else want to come up? Because I'm about to take my butt to bed. My head is. Why would he say that? It would make him anything to stay free. It would make him a defendant in the case. Sylvia, speak now. TV wants to come up. Come on, speak now. There we go. There you go.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hey, speak now. How are you? I just cracked my back.
I'm doing great. I wanted to piggyback off of what Jamelia said. So, just so you know, and I think you already know that Kenneth Copeland, he was in the courthouse that day, and he was coming in for Mr. Melnick, because if Mr. Melnick needed him, he was gonna go and get on the stand and speak about the ex parte. He was in court that day.
I know today.
And Kayla confirmed it too. So he was there. So huh?
I remember I told y'all in the live that he was there.
Yeah. So he probably would have came in and testify about the ex parte, but who knows if he would have took the stand or not. But besides that point, the thing is that about the off the record ex parte, it I feel like that's more Brady material that Miss Love and Hilton was holding on to and didn't speak about it. And the judge asked him, "Hey, is there anything else that that needed to be speaked about?" And but they just hold their tongues, didn't say anything. And the more stuff that come out now, I feel like Miss Love trying to defend herself by bringing in the investigators, just to help her out. And I just feel like that's kind of unfair, this trial I feel like it's getting more things being unraveled that nobody knows about. And I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know if it's gonna continue. I don't know if Miss Whitaker is gonna grant the mistrial. Nobody knows what's gonna happen. But the jury doesn't know none of this stuff.
Well, you think the jury really don't know?
Excuse me?
You think the jury really don't know?
I think they do. I think they do in some point, but it's a complete mess. It is. And I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. I know they have to speak to the jury and update them on on the case, and I don't know how this is gonna continue. And if Miss Whitaker is gonna grant Max motion, or she's gonna grant Weinstein motion, nobody knows. But even if she doesn't grant it, this case is a mess.
It surely
It is.
is. Hey, Dominique. Hello.
Hey, good evening, Miss Sylvia. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I think a lot of the one thing that a lot of people skipped over was the fact that Judge Whitaker said at one point, is there anything else that I need to know? I think y'all need to tell me now. And when she said that, it was almost like if anything else comes up, any other misconduct, it's either gonna be consequences on them for the side of the bar, or it's gonna be consequences as far as the case ending. And that's why she was asking for the case law, because I'm pretty sure somewhere it is case law, especially on not presenting the Brady evidence. And I think that's gonna end up hurting the state in the long run. I think it is also the like the young lady said, that she has to wait for Miss Hilton to come back. But I think it's definitely coming to a mistrial with prejudice.
Good. Good.
And you're totally right.
Yeah, it's sad that it's taking this long, but it's definitely coming to an end soon, I believe. So don't pay that bet yet. don't pay don't
Don't
pay
pay
that
the
bet.
bet. Oh, okay. I won't pay the bet because he was clowning me in the chat today.
Yeah, no, I mean is either way, anyway, even if the trial goes to all the way to the end, it's definitely gonna be a not guilty verdict. It's no way possible that they definitely aren't winning. For one, for two, it's no way that the jury hasn't seen this. And to
So
see the misconduct going with it it's like you almost have to say, well, if they had to cheat all of this time, they couldn't have been right. And most of their stuff is based off of
it goes in
assumptions and
this
making up a
trial.
story.
If
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I have a question for you. If it goes into mistrial, is this just a mistrial for the six defendants that's indicted, or what happened to the other 12?
I think they would have to fight their whole separate trial because their trial got severed.
Never,
So
yeah.
they're on a whole separate trial. And then some of the things that's on their overacts, I believe a lot of them that's on the separate trial already got convicted of. So they would probably more than likely get proven guilty of gang activity, at least for the RICO.
But if the RICO gets a mistrial, you know,
But that's only on this case. That's only
That's
on
on
this
this
case.
case.
yeah,
That's
okay,
why. That's the only reason I think that Harvey shouldn't get the sever for his client. But I would stay on this case and fight it to the end if I was everybody in that courtroom, and I definitely wouldn't take a plea deal.
yeah, you're right,
Taking a
you're
plea
right,
deal at this stage is like you really hurting yourself because you already waited all of this time to fight the case. They've been sitting for about 2 years now.
yeah.
It's not where you sat this long. Go ahead, wait it out. It's another what 7 8 months probably.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So and they're gonna have to cut that witness list down some. So you're not going to go
Yeah,
through
they
all of
do.
those witnesses.
Because they didn't even move forward yet.
Yeah, it's they're trying to find any way to go ahead and get it dismissed, but it's definitely going to take a fight. I think it's going to if it doesn't end in the mistrial, it's definitely going to go to a not guilty verdict.
Yeah.
But that was all. I hope you have a good evening.
You too. I'm about to take my butt to bed, but thank you, Fawn, so much for coming up and giving me your input.
No
And
problem.
don't be a stranger, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I go by 410 Nick on a regular chat.
Huh?
My name is 410 Nick on a regular chat.
Oh, 410. Okay, I know who you are.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nick.
Have a good one.
All right, honey.
All right.
All right, guys. Anybody want to come up and say have a hot last couple of words, and or you forever hold your peace in the chat? What time is court tomorrow? Court is at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you were a jury member, I would vote not guilty. I definitely will vote not guilty with all this mess that's going on. I definitely will vote not guilty. I think it is known that this same shenanigan took place. That's why they tried to push for a plea. She's done gave him a nickname, LOL. AJ haven't talked that wild. Not guilty if I were on the jury too. There was at mistrial and failed, but they got enough from KB and Brady with Long blocking it up. Aaron says, love you, Miss Sylvia. Thank you for all you do. You're welcome, Aaron. Good night, Sylvia. You see you guys in the morning. Yeah, I'm about to go to bed, guys. But guys, thank you so much for being here. Gemini says, Sylvia, 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. You're gonna sing to me. Oh Lord. Hilton about to get fired on a day off. Stop it, Melvin. Court 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys. Good night, guys. Have a good night. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Jess. Good night. C. Melson says, also, just because thugs offer friends like Copeland were out in the street doing crazy things doesn't mean that he was or set them up too. They were all just friends. Doesn't prove to me he's the boss. Amen. What is Infamous Slide channel coming in my feed now? That's my channel. Yvette, that's my channel. She says, that's my other channel. Subscribe to that other channel, Yvette. Stop it. You know why. Whatever they do, I hope justice is served for nut, period. Where is AJ? AJ was in the chat a few minutes ago. 6 a.m. Oh my God, in California. Yes. 6 a.m. in California. Good night, Pamela. All right, you're welcome, Charlie. Good night, Marley. Good night, Green Egg No Ham. Night, Gladiator Girl. Good night, Lynette. All right, good night, everybody. Sleep tight. Okay, may the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. In Jesus' name we pray. Good night. What time court tomorrow? 9 o'clock. Good night, everybody. Love you guys. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite, okay? Night, night. Yeah, my sinus is bothering me. I think because that weather's coming. See you later. Good night.